module 2. Here we go. Talking and screening. Okay, what the fuck do you say to girls? How do you say it? What's the purpose of it all? What I want for you is to be able to roll up on any group of girls and be able to express yourself so much that you don't have enough time to say everything that you want to. When you go through this, you'll run out of time to say everything that you have to say. It's awesome, okay? I'm never lost for words. I have infinite talking stamina. Not only that, within about 2 minutes, when you meet a group of girls, if you can get their attention, keep their attention, then I want you to be able to find out, is she single? How does she know her friends? How is she getting home? Does she want to get drunk? And do you think she's good to go? You should be able to find out everything about a girl and her friends within 2 minutes, okay? My guys in Stockholm especially could do that. Here, where we've got the same type of dynamics in different clubs, so usually screening is pretty predictable. But in public clubs like Kensington Rooftop Gardens, we need to know about that. In Piccadilly, Tiger, we need to know about that. Piccadilly Constitute. But first of all, how to talk loud. I spoke about the bagpipes. Have your lungs at least 50 to 75% full of air and exchange it, okay, just like bagpipes. Or like you're playing a didgeridoo. Don't let yourself completely run out of air and walk around with the poise so you can jump into the conversation at whatever stage you want, never kind of being caught off guard. Stretch your chest so you can actually use the capacity of your rib cage. It's so simple as well to simply speak slowly and breathe deeply. Take a deep breath. Everyone in the room now, take a deep breath and allow yourself to speak slowly. If you speak fast, it's like you're not expecting people to stop and listen. People in big cities, they have this really bad trait where instead of saying, yes, I agree, they say, yeah. You know, like, why the fuck do you say yeah 9 times, bro? Like, I get it, okay? So, just say yes once. The other thing, there are voice exercises that I do at the beginning of a weekend before I need to go out and speak to a lot of people. And that way I kind of keep my voice ready. Remember, I speak symmetrically. I try not to sway my words to one way or the other. Even now, I know that I'm not 100% symmetrical. I favor my left side. This side here, I think. It depends on the mirror or the camera, whichever one I'm looking in. I do things called voice scales. Okay, I'll do it once for the beauty of the cameras, and you guys can join in with me if you want the second time. So I'm making ah noise, and I go from a high to a low. And it kind of is like a tuning fork or something. I learned it from this program that I downloaded on the internet, and when I do it, I just get clarity and resilience in my voice to talk a whole lot. So it's like this. I do a kind of compressed version. It's like, so embarrassing. I do it in nightclubs against a speaker. Oh, straight away I have like voice resilience. It kind of makes it stronger. Another one you can do is called the hiss. If you're feeling a little bit like claustrophobic, you have bad circulation, what you do is you stretch your nose, your mouth, and your voice, your lungs from the inside out. So you hiss, you fill everything up to its capacity, and then you let it seep out and feel the outwards pressure like the pressure outwards on a balloon, and you're just creating extra capacity. But you need to hold on to something because it can make you pretty lightheaded. Okay, so this is what I do. It really helps to clear things up. So you go full capacity and let it hiss out, feel the pressure. And straight away, I should be able to speak louder and clearer with ease instead of like everything collapsing in on itself. So it's kind of like an internal stretch, really weird, called the hiss. Another one that I do, this is like extreme, by the way. You don't need to do all this, but it's good if you want to be brilliant vocally. And I used to suck so bad as well. I do neck fascia stretching. Neck fascia stretching. Fascia is the white material that connects skin to muscle, skin and fat to muscle. And if you're always looking down at the computer or texting or whatever, you never stretch under your neck. And it's funny, you can be super fucking fat and have a really nice jawline because you're stretching the skin versus the body structure, the bones and the muscles under your neck. So what I do when I'm in the gym is I'll just stop and let it stretch out. And then instead of bunching up under my neck, down there, it actually sits a lot nicer. And it also kind of releases some pressure on my shoulders. If you're getting massages as well, it'll help to release the pressure on your shoulders. But if you want to even exaggerate it and stretch your tongue a little bit to give yourself verbal dexterosity, verbal agility, you put your tongue on your upper teeth and you can do a combination of everything, like stuff like that. Another good one is called the Bart Simpson. This is stuff that I got off YouTube that I found that works extremely well for me. Is project your jaw forwards, your lower jaw forwards. It gives me a headache. Like, there's that one, and then there's the retarded clown laugh. Okay, I don't know who made these names up, but it's like this one. Okay, check 1, 2, loud, clear, crystal clear, great. Yell in the microphone, you know. So these are the things that I do on my own to give my voice resilience. If you want to go out and meet girls 3 or 4 days in a row, if you're going to go on a holiday to Vegas where you've got 4 nights in a row and you want to be bang, on point, nailing your jokes, expressing yourself loud and clear, and you are in loud nightclubs, you need to kind of have an advantage or at least not be completely left behind. If you're not good in English, read English. Okay, read it out loud to get that mind-muscle connection of the words that you want to say and the ways that you want to express yourself. Read or watch movies with English subtitles. Watch English movies with English subtitles because then you're going to get conversational, contemporary English, not Harry Potter English. You know what I mean? Not book English. It's funny, when I write a lot, I don't speak anywhere near as well. When I read a lot, I don't speak well either. It's really strange because the delivery by word is different than the sequence of delivery by verbal. And it just kind of confuses me. So all these things help when it comes to talking well in a club. However, one thing that a lot of students will do when I get them in the club, when I first start coaching them, is they'll speak unnecessarily loud in my ear because they think it's good. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Shut the fuck up. It's infinitely better that you speak slower and softer and more chill, and somebody has to come in and ask you to repeat it, than you being unnaturally projecting. Can you picture it now? People like going way over the top in nightclubs because they think that it's good. So it's better to be normal, like just normal. Don't overextend yourself verbally, be warmed up and be expressive and lean in and kind of tell secrets. Last thing as well that I started to notice during the 4-week natural program is that people's voice would be off key, okay? Do you ever hear somebody who was singing and their voice just sounded off? Well, some guys would speak with a kind of a weird pitch, and when it just goes on and on, it'd be really, you just couldn't fucking handle it. So I asked them, hey, speak deeper for the sake of speaking deeper. Drink more whiskey, smoke more cigarettes, okay? Like, I don't smoke cigarettes. I'm like, stand in the cigarette area. No, it's a bad idea, but you'll notice it's so weird because you'll be really good at game in so many ways, but then if your voice is off key, it's just so grating to listen to. Or it can be like down off key as well. So if in doubt, go lower. And it's not the kind of thing that I ever used to say to people in a 3-day boot camp because it never really had an effect on me. But that's the kind of thing that can make a girl break up with a guy just because his voice is a little bit off. When you do the approach, first thing to be aware of is pressure off. Use a statement of empathy. Excuse me, don't let me interrupt you. Sorry if I'm interrupting you. Don't let me stop you. Almost from the outset, express that you're aware of the effect that you're having on them. And if they do run away, you've already said, don't let me stop you. So it's never a rejection. By simply saying, don't let me stop you, or sorry to interrupt, if they say, yeah, you are interrupting, you're not rejected. Let them get back to what they're doing. Create space to reapproach again. Remember, we're not controlling girls. We're enabling them to do what they want to do.
Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. What? First of all, I've lost my voice. Secondly, I don't speak Swedish.
Yeah.
Thirdly, they're shoving me.
That's a bore, okay.
No.
When I'm first doing my approaches, I always like to do them incidentally. I'll never stop what I'm doing, roll over to a group of girls and approach them as though I'm on ceremony. I'll never be that formal about it. Not that you don't have to. Sometimes I will, sometimes I can, but when I'm approaching early on in the night where girls have being approached anxiety, or even in the day, I try to make it incidental. So I was like, oh, I was going to the bar. Fancy meeting you here. I was going to go see my friend outside. Fancy bumping into you here. I was going to go check my jacket. Nice to meet you. Chat to you again later. So always make the approach incidental in relation to what you are doing rather than serving yourself up to the girl. It's too much like a, what is it called when you have an arranged marriage? Yes, an arranged marriage. You stand up like, I expect this to work. And she's like, way too arranged. You don't want to be that kind of guy. Wait, is this part of the bar open? Is this part of the bar open? I want your jacket.
What's up, Aussie bloke?
Aussie bloke.
How's things?
What city are you from? The way that I think about it in my head when I'm approaching, I don't think about what I should say. I think that anything that I'm going to say is some variation of normal. All right? This is what goes on in my head. Let me share it with you. In the sense of it's fine, start over, let's go. I imagine in my head, I'm going to try to draw like a bell curve. I don't know if I can do it here. So we have like circular thing. It's like the shape of a bell. Good drawing, Alex. Okay? Imagine it's like a mountain or something. The top of a pie is what I'm trying to draw here. If we do a cross section through this, that would be the cross section. All right? It's like a standard deviation. 2 standard deviations away, 1 standard deviation away, and the median. Okay? I'm imagining everything that I'm saying within this 360-degree arrangement of things to possibly say. Things like positive, negative, silly, and then on the other side is serious, good, graphic. I'm thinking that anything that comes out of my mouth is going to be like within 1 standard deviation of normality. Silly, serious, positive, or negative. Hi, where are you from? Nice to meet you. I like stairs. I like architecture. Remember that one? I like cigars. Are you having a good day? So I'm just low-level consciousness shit that's unplanned. I walk up there and just let it spew off. Most likely, everything that you say is going to be completely normal and imperfect and invite tests. So be it, just say it, it's all good, okay? There's a bracket of things to say that are completely fine.
Nice shoes.
Thanks. They make me look a bit taller.
It's so nice for me to not have to work. Usually I'm always working on the weekends at events or...
Okay.
I fucking hate rosé, by the way. I'm losing my voice. Gone. So fucking stupid. We have a situation. Come here, gather around. All of you, gather around.
I'm ready.
So, those 2 girls speaking to my best friend, I don't want to talk to them. Those 2, 3 girls over there, they're staying at that same hotel. They followed us here. I don't want to talk to them. I just want to talk to you new people. The new ones. Right. The new ones.
Are you from... Nice. What village can South Dakota from?
I come from this teeny tiny town up north.
Like really far up north?
Really far up north.
In the Arctic Circle?
No, not that far north.
Yeah.
But almost.
I would love to go there.
When I was in New York, I got approached by a girl who was approaching me. She was a little bit heavy set, a little bit nutritionally undisciplined, as we say. But she approached me at a bookshop. Good girl, like good girl. She's getting out there, she's meeting guys, fucking awesome. And she approached me and she was nervous, she was jittery, and I could have given her a hard time if I was like feeling bitchy. But she was probably on a girl boot camp or reading some kind of self-help book. And when she approached me and I gave her my number, which I actually never intended to answer, plus I was leaving the city pretty soon anyway, I was like, well, it didn't really matter what she said. Just the fact that she came up and kept it together was cool. She was polite about it. She fought her own anxiety to ask me her number. I gave it to her and I was polite back. That was fucking cool. And so that was all that it needed to be to get the conversation started, to take the pressure off both her and me. So same with you. When you go up, keep it really simple, but always give yourself that justification to leave easily, okay? So always be willing to say, don't let me stop you, or bounce yourself the fuck out of there at a moment's notice, so you're keeping the pressure down, okay? We want to create a situation at the nightclub, in day game, we'll talk about day game a little bit later, nightclubs, day games, parties, dinner parties, or whatever, where you can approach and re-engage a conversation an infinite amount of times instead of serving up this perfect impression and expecting it all to go down from there. The real key to a good opener or a good initiation of conversation is if you can be goofy, if you can make a mistake, if you can be immature or kind of fuck up. Like I showed you those clips of self-amusement, that breaks the ice when you're talking to chicks. If you can kind of trip over yourself a little bit, fuck up. I like to spill beer on myself. I like to say, would you like to go on a date? Can I buy you a bottle of champagne? Anything that's a little bit exaggerated or over the top, it breaks the ice and gives them something to work with. Goofiness is the key. Oh, hello. Good to see you again. Nice to meet you. Would you like to meet my mother?
Sorry?
Would you like to meet my mother?
Your mother?
Yeah, she's very nice.
Sure.
Little Skype date.
Bring it on.
Yeah, pardon me. You're so nice. Mwah. Do you feel pretty? I want you to feel pretty. Feel pretty. On the approach, beware predictability. So many people follow the same routine. So do not say, where are you from? Never, ever. I always say, what city did you grow up in? Or, yeah, I say, what city did you grow up in, or what city are you from? Grow up, or what city are you from? I always ask as well when I'm approaching, what language do you speak? Because oftentimes in big cities, New York or whatever, it won't just be one language. Or what languages can you speak? And then we have a few different topics to talk about. That reveals where they're from, which is a basic thing. We have this concept that we call the second degree. If a girl says, what's a cliche? If a girl says she's from Germany, us English-speaking people tend to go directly to Nazis or Hitler, okay? That's predictable. In this other video, I'm Australian and she's American, so the second degree, my mind goes to the second degree. I don't want to go on a date in Australia or America, I want to go on a date in Scotland, somewhere that's not what is expected. My name's Alex, nice to meet you. I'm learning how to Dougie.
Are you from Australia?
Did he ask you on a date? No. Going to go on a date? I'll take you on a date to Scotland. Yeah, we'll drink some whiskey and dance around in circles. When you do an approach, you can use a full range of emotions early on. Straight away, the chick is going to know that you're an attractive type of guy. She can anticipate there's going to be more physicality, more positivity, and more negativity coming. So quickly, within the first moments of the interaction, you want to be positive and negative and physical, okay? And if you can use empathy as well, that's a fucking bonus. If you can do all of that at once, she's like, shit, this is a guy who gets it. And I know he's not going to be Mr. Nice Guy. I know he's not going to be an asshole. There's a bit of both. And if there's physicality too, she'll wonder if I'm trying to escalate or not, okay? Is this part of the bar open? Is it? Blind girl. Your hair is very pretty. I'm an idiot.
Pardon?
Your hair is pretty. Can I tell you a secret? Do this. Happy birthday! No, I love it. More. Wait, watch this. Happy birthday to me.
Nice. Are any of those things true?
What a great day. What a great day. Välkommen.
You're not going to Kaiva, right?
Yeah, we're going to Kaivo. My wife.
Alright.
That one can be
I'm gonna say yes.
I chose you
Yeah.
over her.
Thank you.
She had a boyfriend. But do you have a boyfriend? Do you have a boyfriend? You do have a boyfriend. Fuck! You do, don't you? Why not?
I just broke up like 2 weeks ago.
Have you ever been kissed by an Australian? Because you never will.
Actually, I've had.
Stand here. Have you been kissed by an Australian from this angle? I was a little bit over the top there with my escalation, but I kind of wanted to do it for the camera. And also, in her case, this was my thinking. In her case, I was thinking that she looks like she's sitting on the fence of whether she wants to party and have fun or not, if she's very introverted. So by being kind of stronger on my physicality, it's going to show if she's like, okay, let's party, or shit, I don't know what to do with this. And in this case, it revealed that she looks pretty introverted. So we'll mention screening again soon, but with her, I know straight away, within like 60 seconds of me diverting the conversation to her, she's there with one friend, broke up with a boyfriend recently, she's conservative, she's going to drink, but probably not crazy drink, and I know she lives in the small city, which in this case is Helsinki. So all of that I know straight away, so I can kind of envision what the plan of attack is going to be with that chick. And in that case, if I really did want to get her and follow all the way through, I probably have to see her 2, 3, 4 more times that weekend, and then eventually she's going to be like, well, we keep seeing each other, now we can finally hook up and have sex. As it turned out, on that night, we went home, we're in bed together and fooling around, but it didn't help that my friend Sean and her friend was in the room with us at the same time. So logistically that didn't help, but it didn't really matter because I don't really care. Yeah, if you got the abundance, it doesn't matter that much. Question. Yep.
So, what did the guy mean by plow with Kino?
Plow with Kino.
You know, you can plow with Kino, like.
He's saying basically to them. He's like, we can just plow with Kino. There's a part of him trying to think that he's cool, that he knows about pickup shit. He's like, we can just plow with Kino. He means like grab them, drag them around, escalate on them, try to do all this shit, but it's just weird. So he doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. Question was, what about eye contact? Stellian was really a good example of what I'm about to explain. If you have the same kind of presence, you know when I'm holding the big bucket up and it's like, but imagine that kind of presence, that somewhat intimidating self-trust. If you're a guy who trusts himself to the point that you make others nervous, and then you only stare somebody in the eye and you never look away, I'll do it to the camera. If you only stare somebody in the eye and you never look away, it's extremely intimidating to that person, especially if it's a little girl. So all the time, a lot of the time, I guess to articulate it, I take my eyes off the chick to give her space. I'm nearby, my eyes are off her, but I'm lending her my attention. That way, she has freedom of expression without pressure to deliver. It's like that. I'm not formalizing it and putting her on a pedestal and asking her to be really on point. Whereas if somebody stares at you expectantly the entire time, and that person has value, you can like start stifling up. I know that if somebody really important, in my opinion, was expecting me to speak up and nail something quickly and I felt under pressure, then I wouldn't be anywhere near as smooth as I could be. I would be stifled. So I want to, again, take the pressure off. And the best way to articulate that is to lend her my energy and my attention, but not expect anything of her formally with really aggressive eye contact. One of the guys from the 4 Week Natural, guy from Bulgaria, he would look at you and just never look away. Ever, ever, ever. You'd finish what you were doing and he would still be looking at you. And I spoke to him about this. I'm like, Stellian, I know that you really, really want to understand what I have to say, but it puts me under pressure and I feel like you're not appreciative, or it feels a little bit like value sucking when I know that you really want to make the most of the experience with me. So he understood that. I said, Stellian, you can never look at me in the eye for the rest of the day. And I felt so much more comfortable around him. And straight away, you guys heard the story, goes back to Bulgaria, did fucking perfectly straight away. He did solid here in London, but he did magic in Bulgaria, and he will continue to, I'm sure. With predictability, well, you know, like low-hanging conversational fruit, like safe conversations. People who talk to you and they say things that you're obviously going to agree with. To be honest, when I'm meeting a lot of guys in this context, like out in the cafe or whatever, people make very low-hanging conversational fruit. They're like, I'm glad you changed your job. Like, you look like you're having a good time, just making conversation for the sake of it. People asking me questions that don't even need to be asked. Like, hey man, where's the bathroom? Hey, what time are we starting? Hey, do you know where the other guys are? Hey, are we gonna make it for them? Like, just making conversation, because like guys want to reach out to me, same way that guys want to always reach out to girls, just to keep the conversation going, but it's always extremely safe, and we call that being retroactive. Retroactive. Talking about meaningless facts that don't mean shit. If any of you guys came up to me and said, Alex, I can't wait to have a beer and try to fuck the bartender after this, I'm like, now we're fucking talking. Vi snackar nu. That's, now we're talking in Swedish. Vi snackar nu. Is that it, Toby? Sakna? Snacka. Nu snackar vi. Nu snackar vi. Now we're talking. Then you're talking in hypotheticals. You're talking, like I said to this girl here, like, I want to marry you. Okay, can I hold your hand? What can I do? What are we planning to do? What's happening moving forward? Like, what I want to do moving forwards, as opposed to observing the obvious. Okay, do you come here often? Do you like hanging out with your friends? Did you have a good, like, I'm sure you had a good week at work, didn't you? Always begging rapport in that way, and it's just mind-blowingly boring. The rule is this: you want to talk in future tense. Talk about what you're going to do. Try to give me some bad examples. I'm trying to fucking, I don't even want to know what the bad examples are. It's very hard for me to relate this. What do you do for your job? Jim, do you remember when you were sitting with my girlfriend in London, up on that high platform? What kind of things did they ask her?
What are you drinking? Why are you sitting on your own?
Why are you sitting on your own? What are you drinking? What are you doing in London? You're not from here, are you? You look so uptight. Just like stating the obvious, stating the obvious, stating the obvious, stating the obvious, stating the obvious. If a guy came up and said, like, I want to recruit you into like a kill squad to my girlfriend, then that would get her talking. Be like, I like you. I think you have a lot of potential. Would you like to join a kill squad? What's your animal of choice? She's going to be like, yeah, I'll be in a fucking I'll be in a kill squad. I'd like to ride a horse. Bitches don't mean shit. You know how my fucking girlfriend would be. She's like, yeah, fuck. She's fucking crazy. So if you start throwing out these meaningless, groundedlessness, future hypotheticals, then you can talk about anything infinitely, and none of it is safe, which is the fucking idea. There is no safe conversation. What am I talking about with this girl? I want to get married. I want to spend time with her together. I'll be whatever she wants me to be. I'm getting her to slap me in the face. That's a fun one, isn't it? It's like, and it's just never expected. I'm doing way too much here because I know that the angle is good, and I know that I can do it just because I can. It's my birthday, I'm celebrating, I'm partying, it's having a great time, and the shot is good and the girl is cute, so I'm running over the top of it, but you don't need to. We'll show you another example from Oslo where I really tone it down and do just the right amount to get just the right execution. Sweet. Another way, if you ever want to say, did you, which is past tense, if you ever want to ask a question, like if you ever want to ask the girl a question about anything, when you're initiating and talking with chicks, instead of asking retroactively, shift it and ask in the future, okay, like future tense. So what did you do last night? Boring as shit. What do you want to do tomorrow? What would you do if you could? What are the kind of chode questions that girls ask or that you ask chicks? I don't even want to know them. I don't want to remember them, but what are the chode questions? Remind me, please. Where are you from? If you could move anywhere, where would you go? Try another one. That's good. How old are you? Okay. When are you going to be in your prime? Okay, it's a misinterpretation. Another chode question.
What do you do for a living?
What's your dream job? What do you do for a living? What's your dream job? Next. What do you like to drink? Be like, I invented a cocktail. I mixed it with a part of my body, my heart. Get your head out of the gutter, cunt. Right? I just made that shit up then as well. I mixed it with a part of my body, my heart, right? I love it, okay, because shit flies out of my mouth and I didn't even know what the fuck came out. I'm like, hello, you stupid little comment. Everybody's laughing now. Everybody's reacting to that. It's perfect. X Factor. What else? Other questions that guys ask girls. What do you want to do next? Well, obviously you just say, I want to go home and fool around with you, okay? Checkers. This is fucking stupid. Couple more questions. I remember these questions. Like, I don't want to upset you. It's like, I do want to upset you. What I do want to do. Anything else, guys?
Where are your friends from?
How do you know your friends? Be like, there's so many you could do with that one. I've got like 10 coming into my head right away. Would you like to make a video with your friends? Like, that's what I would say. Like, nice friends, would you like to make a video with them? What's your relationship to them? Let's set this up. So just never talk about something in the present or the past unless you need to ground reality a little bit. Otherwise, always tilt towards the future when it comes to setting yourself apart and not being motherfucking predictable when you're doing the interaction. Always indirect first. Because if you start indirect, you can have a bit of empathy, get a sense of what's going on with the girl, feel out the situation, and then you can shift later and be direct if you want to. Direct, when you're approaching girls, means that you directly want them. You have direct intentions, which you never should. If you have that much abundance, you know that girls or anybody that you're going to meet and get close to, they have as much positivity and benefit as they do have hidden catches, some burdens, some problems, just skeletons in their closet and shit like that. So when you're that direct, you really do give away your value. It's like, I want you. You're hot. I just want to meet you. I'm just going out and meeting people today. It's like if you go to have a serious business meeting in a serious situation, there's that little bit of bullshit banter beforehand, talking about the weather, talking about what you did yesterday, lighthearted bullshit banter, just to relax the vibe. Just like, how you been? You're right. You know how you guys say it in the United Kingdom here? You're right. How's your family? Do you have a good ale pie? I don't fucking know. And then you might start moving things in the direction that you want to go. By being indirect, you're going to set yourself apart from every other guy. And it's like you can't unscramble an egg. When you go direct, like, I'm interested in getting to know you. Putting your hand on her lower back, embracing her, and like squaring up in an intimate sense, in an I want to pick you up sense. As soon as you've done that, she's like, oh, he's keen. He's interested, and you probably aren't even that interested, but you're showing that you are, which straight away is going to make her be like, okay, cool, the game's over with that one, predictable, fuck that. So by being indirect as well, you again give yourself so many opportunities to take away and reapproach, take away, reapproach, take away, reapproach. And in a social situation where you're going out and meeting girls in enclosed nightclub type situations, then you can set yourself up to leave with the girl at the end of the night by building familiarity as a function of time rather than scoring her by making such an amazing first impression. Oh, hey, could I grab a drink after you finish ordering a drink? I know you don't speak English, but that's okay.
Yeah, I'm actually speaking English.
Oh, really? Nice. I'm speaking extremely good Swedish. One of the best ever. Yeah. I helped to write the Swedish dictionary. As you heard in the videos, in all my videos, when I run out of things to say, what do I instantly go to? No, something positive, not direct. Direct is like, I have intentions of wanting you. That's direct. Like, I'm making my intentions clear. Is this on or not? That's direct, okay? Indirect is like, I'm not sure if I want you or not, okay? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. That's indirect. Like, it's like a game of poker. If you play all of your chips in one fucking hand, you either win big, cool, or you lose big, which is not cool. By doing that, you kind of like lose a lot of games. You don't enjoy the game. You don't have other options. You don't kind of feel it out. So when you run out of things to say, I straight away go to positivity. You're pretty, you're nice, I like talking to you. Keeping it simple because from her point of view, it's not a deep, higher consciousness, earth-moving comment. It's just a light-hearted thing. Do you know what girls say to each other the first thing they meet? I like your hair, I like your bag, na, 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 na. It's, you know, it's just like a basic comment. But for us, when you guys say it, you're pretty, you're nice, I like talking to you, whatever, then the girls are going to be like, guys don't normally say that. That's a little bit different from guys who are trying to be tough, please me, play games with me. I'm kind of like giving, from her point of view, I'm giving my power away, which translates to he's not trying. Why isn't he trying like every other guy? And of course I'm trying, but my goal is to build up time with her, not trying to impress her and please her and stand out with her. That's the difference there. So that also ties in extremely closely with the issue of motivation that we spoke about. If you go out and meet that many girls on the weekend, 100 different chicks, and have access in this free world to meet 100 different gorgeous, nutritionally savvy, well-dressed women on the weekend, what's the difference between any single one of them? So the first thing that I'll do is I'll take off my filter and try to be as accepting as everybody. And the closer that I get to the chick as well, the more I enjoy her beauty or her charisma or her style. I'll use what we call a statement of motivation. I will state to her what I'm motivated about her. Statement of motivation. And that might be, it always has to be something personality based. It can refer to aesthetics, but it needs to be personality based. So I'll say, you're very graceful, okay? You're very graceful. I'll say you're intimidating in a positive way. Like I'm motivated, I get my spark back in my eye to run the game with this girl. I'm motivated on this girl to wake up to her and go all the way through with it by finding things about her personality that set her apart from the others. Now she could be as equally as valuable as anybody else there in the venue, but by identifying it, I'm like, cool, here we have a super confident girl. Here we have an extremely deep, almost intimidating girl. Here we have a girl with an aura. You have presence. Okay, I like you because you have presence. Here we have a girl who's extremely classy. Here we have a girl who doesn't take any shit. So when I say that, I'm like, oh, I'll say the personality one and I'll say, you have such fine features. I love your freckles. I love your cowlick, whatever it is. Like your shoes are fucking amazing. The whole outfit, nailed it. You're like savvy as shit. So if I run out of things to say, I'm going to talk about what motivates me about the girl. You could call that a qualification, and it does serve to tell her why she qualifies for you, but what's really important is that you wake up your spark in your eye to want to game her well. That's the important thing. When I see it, we go to a bar, everyone can talk to everyone over and over again. But if I have my choice, I like talking to you. Yeah, if I should talk to you, I really like your look, your attitude, yeah, you're confident, that kind of stuff. I like talking to you, you're mature, you're great. I like talking to you. When you've got that much positivity, when you're going around as a nice guy, not Mr. Nice Guy because you kind of engage, you've got your physicality and you're goofy. You can't be Mr. Nice Guy and goofy at the same time. I guess you could, but I mean like a real fuck up, as you saw in the video. I'm being like a real fuck up. When you've got that nice big baseline of positivity, you're nice, you're pretty, you're elegant, you're intelligent, you're deep, shit, there's no way I can outsmart you, things like that. When you've got a foundation of positive, then you can easily throw out intermittent negatives. You can throw out negatives all the time and it's totally fine. So you can be like, if you use 5 positives and then you say, oh my God, you're fucking stupid, just the way that I said it there. She's like, what the fuck? I thought you were nice. I'm like, well, you're fucking stupid on that topic, fuck you. She's like, what? If you said that kind of neg in the mystery method sense of the word, then what's going to happen is she's going to be like, fucking stupid, fuck you, fuck off. But if you have a generous amount of positives, then you can very safely use the negatives. Like, you're disappointing, you're embarrassing, you would never meet my friends, I would never let my family see me with you. These are good little kind of negs that are based out of positivity, okay? I'd be like, you look so fucking elegant. I just want to mess your hair up and see if you look the same. Again, fucking up, okay? That's a dangerous one. That's like playing with fucking fire. But in doing that, you're going to have that wide range of emotions, and she's going to be incredibly engaged because that is a neg in the truest sense of the word. In terms of talking, lots of positivity as well. If I'm running out of things to say and I don't want to talk in the past, I don't only talk positive about her, I talk positive about me. Outrageous fucking claims. Jim, David, Laith, guys from the program, even Vashko, and actually Vashko, you're pretty fucking good at it, is just make outrageous claims about how smart you are, how good you are in the gym, how good you are at swimming, driving boats, driving cars, whatever the fuck it's going to be. Run out of things to say and start with the outrageous claims. David, you're a fucking graphic designer. Be like, I wrote the code for Spider-Man. You saw that in the movie? You're welcome, okay? Laith, okay? Okay. You're Saudi and Yemeni, right? You're like, this is a little bit dodgy and a little bit fucked up, but you're like, oh, by the way, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I'm a Yemeni family. You know how Bin Laden's dead? You're welcome. Say that, I don't know, whatever the fuck. Like, you know how you drove your car with your family yesterday? That oil? Yeah, you're welcome, okay? So fuck around with it a little bit. Jim, you're an engineer. It's like, you're engineer, right? Buildings. Like, you know how you didn't die in your sleep last night? Yeah, you're welcome. I reviewed that building. And it's completely hot air. It's stupid as shit, okay? You know what I mean? Like, you're welcome. That kind of sentiment. Be like, do you want me to, oh, hey, nice to meet you. What are you doing on Tuesday? I go to the gym. I'm extremely strong. Can I carry your groceries from the car to your house? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? But straight away, you're literally pulling like content out of your ass that's got rainbows and sparkles on it for no reason. And you don't need to be clever about it. It doesn't need to make sense. In a way, it's extremely low-hanging conversational fruit in terms of difficulty, but at least it's positive and can't be faulted because it's not real. So that's good. That keeps the conversation bubbling along. Be expressive, not polarizing. The idea is you want to be able to talk infinitely to a girl and just like continually bubble along saying meaningless but nice things. When you're polarizing, people really like, I would see, especially in this thing called Polk Street in San Francisco, people would get all this energy up together, be like, I'm going to make my 3 big approaches of the night, go over there and be like, oi, is it on or is it not? How do you feel about me? Are you going to go for this or not? And then you would get like real legitimate rejections, which obviously is not the idea. So verbal stamina, being able to speak infinitely, it's actually just like cardiovascular stamina. You're not going to have it at first, but if you practice speaking at a low level of consciousness longer and longer each time, it's actually very easy to do. So going in and trying to make a crazy first verbal impression is not going to be good. It's better to be low level consciousness, easy yet hypothetical conversation that's kind of stupid that you can do a lot of, which creates many approaches of the same girl, one after the other, throughout the night to leave with her at the end of the night, okay? We talk about open-ended versus closed communication. If you ask a girl a closed question, a yes or no answer, then you're going to get a closed yes or no answer. For example, what school did you go to is closed. She's going to say UNLV. Fair enough. But if you ask her if she could do school all over again, which school would you go to? She might say, no, I liked my school, or I always thought about this different school. If you could redo your career all over again, that's an open-ended question. So when you're there in the set with the girl at the start of the night, or whatever time it might be, maybe on a date, think about open-ended conversations. Not did you, but if you had a combination of choices, what would you go for and why? Okay, what's your dream car? If you won $100,000, what would you do with it? And this is good meeting somebody in the first 5 minutes type of bar conversation. Beware of being distasteful, okay? Distasteful. You can't really get away with that very much, all right? So be silly and innocent, and again, lower consciousness. Don't talk about religion, race, life and death, having sex with babies, rape, you know, none of this is good. The thing is, if you're talking about such extreme things, you're going to get visual reactions and visual kind of feedback from the people that you're talking to. And if you're getting that, that's not the quiet and attentive kind of response that you want to be getting from girls. You actually want the girls to be pretty chill, paying attention, and them feeling self-conscious, not you putting them into shock by going into distasteful zones, okay? It's a bad sense of humor that people with a lack of self-trust use, right? Furthermore, it is good that you're expressive, but at a certain point you need to kind of withdraw and not dominate the conversation. You need to then stop, and as I said in some of the videos, I say to the girl, I've done a lot of talking, it's your turn now. In the videos that you've seen so far, I will say something to the girl, and I'll look at her in the face very clearly, not to say, hey, do you like my joke? I'll look at the girl and I'll be like, hey, can you keep up? Okay, hey, can you keep up? Go for it, hit me. And usually she can't. She's like, So I will do that, and then I'm like, you know what? I've been mean to you. I'm a bully. And then I will lend my attention, but take the pressure right off her. I've shown that I can game if I want to, but then you've got to withdraw it at a certain point. Then as the night goes on, you know, like good old graph of the night, I might have little fits of expression, and then I'm chilling. Then little fits of expression, then chilling. Fits of expression, chilling. So keeping that unpredictability as well. People say to me, Alex, I feel incongruent, or I feel like I'm lying if I say things that I've never said before, if I try to do things that I've never done before. And there is some truth in that, but that's very egotistical thinking, and it's also a fear of weakening your reality type of thinking. So what I want you to do is realize that you're simply like a physiological, camera number one, physiological type of guy that can express himself and express ideas and entertain ideas and communicate ideas that are an extension of yourself, not the core of who you are. People may think of you about that in the past, but they shouldn't. It doesn't really matter. If you make these silly jokes or act like a little character, or Jimmy, I ask you to be slower and suaver, okay? Cigars. Laith, I want you to talk your head off, explaining to people your life story, what you want to do, what you want to do with the girls. I want you to go Don Juan on those fucking chicks. I want you to express yourself that way. And David, I want you to be a little more aggressive, pinning the girl up against the wall, taking her by the hand and getting her to slap you in the face, getting her to pin you up against the wall, stuff like that. Express yourself physically. And students will say to me, like, that's not me. That's incongruent. Fuck the word incongruent. If you're learning to play the saxophone, incongruent. Okay, you never hiked up a mountain before, incongruent. You're learning another language, incongruent. Shut the fuck up, seriously. Never use that word in pickup ever again. You're just trying it on for size. You're expanding your range of expression. People always wonder as well, like, why the fuck do you lie? Am I really a photographer? No. Am I really from Sweden? No. Do I speak Swedish? No. Am I the fastest driver in Formula One? No, but I tell people all of that. Marcus Ericsson's story, basically. Why does it matter? Because those lies or expressions, they help me to game myself, to put the spark in my eye, to share the emotion with the girl. It's that simple. I just want to share an emotion with the girl that turns me on, that draws her in. When I met my girlfriend, obviously I didn't tell her that I was a pickup coach. I told her that I was a photographer. I told her that I was 26. She's like, how old are you? I'm like, sugar 6. And she's like, bullshit. You're full of shit. I'm like, oh, no, I was lost in translation. I'm 26. Yeah, sure, whatever. I was 29 actually at the time, which is like old because she's 23. You know, it's quite a difference in age, and had just turned 23 from 22. So that's a 7-year fucking difference. When I was 17, she was like 10, you know, just walking around like a little smurf. Kind of weird, to be honest. So in the bar, it doesn't really matter that much. In a public place, people are drinking, it's to be expected. So you can honestly 100% let any lie fly out of your mouth, but you just got to, if you need to correct it when you get back outside of the bar, do so. If you're not a surgeon, explain that. If you're not a millionaire, maybe you need to explain that as well. But that kind of thing doesn't really matter when you're kind of turning your own emotions on, getting that fucking X factor of expressiveness, talking shit, and literally finding this flow of things coming out of your mouth that one of them's going to be kind of funny or unpredictable or whatever that's going to make you laugh and kind of pop. That's important. Yeah, I helped to write the Swedish dictionary. You know, my name's Gustav the Fourth. I've got an amazing tongue, not for going down, but for just speaking Swedish, just pronunciating words in the evening. It's like, do you want me to say "långkero" with a Swedish accent? Early in the set, when it comes to expressing yourself, when you're talking to chicks, if you run out of things to say, go directly to your story. What do most guys do? To the girl, where are you from? What do you do? Where do you go to school? How do you know your friends? They just want to know all about her story. A drill that I do with the guys in 4 Week Natural program is don't find out a single thing about the girl, only tell her everything about yourself. You're not allowed to ask a single thing about her life. It's so fucking funny. When I get guys to do this, straight away, the roll up like, hey, I'm Jimmy, I like smoking cigars, I've got a top knot, I'm a mechanical engineer. The girl's like, why are you telling me this? Yeah, last weekend I went on a holiday with my family to Bath. And it's funny because the girl gets like hypnotized. Like, why are you telling me this? It's kind of funny, but straight away she's stimulated because the information is new. She's like, what's the catch? What's going on here? And as long as you can keep the game up, you're going to laugh, and eventually you're going to have to be like, no, I just wanted to tell you about myself. I find myself being always putting others before me, and now I wanted to make it more of a mutual game. I share myself with you, and I find out about you, rather than me just harassing you. So this way I can kind of market myself to you, and if you like me, you can take me. You can hang out with me. If you don't like me, fair enough. I'm not selling anything here. I'm just offering. So you're gaming without rejection in that sense, and of course you know your own story. The good thing is, Laith, I really want you to start doing this if you haven't already, is roll in as you do, suit and shirt on, you know, looking, you know, commanding attention, having gravity to those around you. Be like, I'm Laith. Do you introduce yourself as like Yemeni or Saudi or Bath? Bath. I'm from Bath. Got a castle over there. I don't have a car, but I will. Pretty good. I speak 3 languages. By 3, I mean 2. Nice to meet you. Let me tell you more. I've got a suit on. And just straight away, even now you got the fucking spark in your eye, motherfucker. Even now, you've got the I have the best game there is. Like, I'm indulging that idea. So tell your own story. And the more you practice telling your own story, the more you practice not selling yourself, but presenting yourself, the more you're going to know how to have fun with it. Okay? When I sell myself, I'm always like empathizing as well. I'm like, hey, I'm a photographer. You're bored. You're bored of Sverige. I live in Sweden. Nobody can understand what I'm talking about. How do I say that? Allihopa kan inte förstå vad jag säger. Is that it? It makes sense, but not very good. It's kind of cute, my retarded Swedish as well. So as I practice telling that story, as you all go out and meet 100 chicks in the next month, you get so comfortable with yourself as a package, you're so quaint with yourself, that what will happen is this beautiful thing. Instead of you trying to suck information out of other people, you'll love the mystical adventure of what your story is more every time you tell it.
Your family has to be rich.
Nope. Okay, so I came from a blue-collar family in Australia. Like, my dad works as a plumber, right? Like I said, I dropped out of university because I wanted a trip to Las Vegas through my mum, who works as an air hostess. So the trip was on the same weekend as my final exam. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll figure out how to do them another time. It didn't work. So I couldn't go back to university because my grades were so low that even if I got top grades, I would still get less than 50% average. So I started a business. I started doing photography, and I tried to do it in Australia. I advertised on Google, but there's no internet in Australia. So I got work here regionally in Oslo at restaurants in 2007 when I'm like 19. So fucked up. So I come here wearing shorts and a rain jacket, not knowing what it means to go under 0. I never knew that. Imagine every night you've got to tell your story, 100 nights in a row. Can you imagine what your story is going to be like on the 100th night? Like who you're going to be? The evolution of the ideas. My name's David. They recently made a movie about me. It's called Get Him Back from Mars. Pretty good. They chose Matt Damon to play me because I've got a big dick. Nice to meet you. What's your name? Sorry, rhetorical question. My friend over here, this is Jimmy, right? Nice to meet you. What's your name? Rhetorical question. And that's your little opening spiel that you have fun with. And again, it's not about is the girl impressed, it's about are you feeling good? Are you having fun? Tell your story, not even to be impressive, but just to share those emotions, okay? If you're not telling your story, you're not going to be drawing tests. It's kind of funny. It's like, I'm a mechanical engineer, and the girls might say, you think that's impressive? I'm like, I didn't even ask you. I'm just talking out loud because it's important what I've got to say. Anyway, so last week I was studying a house. I'm a mechanical engineer. It's like, what? You're a graphic designer?
Visual effects artist.
A visual effects artist is the right word. That's what I actually say as well. If I get into a deep conversation with somebody who thinks that I actually don't do pickup. I'm a visual effects artist, and the girls might say, you know, when you start offering your story, there's going to be like, oh, you sound like a geek. You think that's impressive? I'm like, I am a geek. Have you seen my fingers? Can you know what they're capable of? Just imagine it now, because I do all the time. And the girls get like, what the fuck? By offering up content, they're only going to question it, and you're ready for that questioning. You're operating on that forward thinking's loop. Forwards thinking loop. You're going to be super fucking engaged, and with that will come so much more chemistry. Likely, the girls are going to walk away and they're going to be like, what the fuck is going on there? And you'll be like, sayonara, nice to meet you, talk to you again later, and just reapproach sometime soon in the night. I can picture it now at fucking Maddox. God, I would love to go to Maddox and not have to like coach or whatever. God, fucking Maddox. The battle with the guy for my girlfriend. God. Cool. And you know peacocking. You know peacocking. Always think of the peacock in the sense of nature. Peacocking in game is wearing something ridiculous so people have a reason to approach you. Not a bad idea, to be honest, not a bad idea at all. Feather boa, stupid hat, whatever. I've done it myself a lot. I wear a red leather jacket. In fact, it was kind of cool when I met my girlfriend. We were hooking up, making out, and then we got to the coat check, and I'm like, bitch, you're a fucking idiot. I'm like, this is going to be like cut against me in the future, I'm sure. I'm like, bitch, you're a fucking idiot. My jacket's the best shit ever. You'll be intimidated. You're basically a peasant. You could never match my fashion and style. Just running my mouth as I always do. And we do our coats at the same time. I get mine, put it on, and I turn to her, and she has a red leather jacket as well. We both had red leather jackets. And it was actually, then it was love. It was so awesome. And then when we went home that night, we go home, making out, fooling around. I go to the bathroom, undress a little bit, and then I come out and all she's wearing is the red leather jacket. I'm like, yes, this is fucking awesome. She was super hot as well. I thought she was out of my league because I don't know why, but I still get those thoughts, and she was awesome. She looked like Miranda Kerr. I'm like, if you have a chance to fuck Miranda Kerr, do the best job you ever could because you only get one chance. Then she's free again. So she's like doing a strip tease, vag hanging in front of me. She's like dancing around, being self-absorbed. She's so fucked my girlfriend as well because she like be dancing in front of me, looking at herself in a mirror to the side. Right? That's how she is. Perfect match for me. And then I lift her up under the ass, up really high. She's holding onto my hair. I start going down on her while she's up. And then, because I want her to remember me a little bit somehow, so I'm going down on her. She's like freaking out. She comes up like 6 foot in the fucking air, throw her down on the couch in Stockholm, and then just like dive, and my dick lands in her, and it's good sex. So I'm like, good game, Alex, good game. She tells me that her mum's a gynecologist, and she's basically disease-proof, so it's all good. So, you know, life is good. How did I get onto that? Tell your story. Tell your story. Express yourself like a peacock. That's why I was telling that fucking story, because besides dressing expressively, the peacock with the brightest feathers, the guy with that best vibe, that X Factor vibe, you know the way that I'm talking now, and even if you're watching this at home, I want to be in this expressive X Factor state so that it kind of rubs off to anybody watching this at whatever time you replay this again and again, maybe for eternity, who the fuck knows with technology nowadays. But I want you to have this kind of expressive gleam in your eye, like the peacock has that array of feathers. And the peacock, besides like pinning other birds down to reproduce, the peacock with the best feathers is going to draw attention in a good way. And that's going to start interactions and kind of pre-qualify him, the male peacock, for the chick. So peacocking in this day and age, it comes from the way that you can express yourself and enjoy your own company and your own story and your own silly jokes. Even though the content of the jokes isn't that fucking good, if you can enjoy what you're doing, it will draw people in magnetically rather than in a controlling, hectoring, manipulative sense.